Alright, so I've loaded the Thor's hammers into the smoker. Right now I'm using a little bit of hickory, some oak, and some cherry. The cherry I like for the color it gives, the oak for the longevity of the heat, and the hickory for the smoke flavor. I did have them sitting in a marinade of the dry rub in the fridge. That way I can put them in there cold so they'll absorb more smoke. And right now we're coming up on around the 3-hour mark. I usually don't even look at it in the beginning just because I wanted to make sure it absorbs as much smoke as possible without touching the chamber. Now I'll go ahead and start introducing a little bit of moisture because I don't want it to char too much, but I don't want to also lose any of that bark. So around the 3-hour mark, I'm going to go ahead and start spritzing. Today I'm using a little bit of apple juice with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and I've also had some clarified butter with Italian herbs that I'm going to brush it later on. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that in a little bit, and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so we pulled them off from resting. One essentially was just falling right off the bone. The other one I was able to keep hold for more of that presentation sake, so you can see how that bark formed around it. I mean, we're talking about the smoke ring, the smoke flavor. These things are phenomenal. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to do blue corn tortillas. I'm going to serve it with some fresh tomatillo for this version, and this one I'm actually going to serve it with some plantains, going a little Caribbean on this side. So I'm in love with it. Definitely recommend you guys trying this at home. One thing I definitely advise you, and huge shout out to Lauren from Bon Appetit. She pretty much told me go a lot longer with this cook. It's still in my mouth. I'm sorry. Go a lot longer with this cook. Go for probe tender. Don't worry about temperature. Don't worry about going to 203, 205. Like that doesn't matter at all. This meat can be very tough, so you want to take it just a bit step further. That way you can taste it and be essentially just melting in your mouth. And that's what I did here. I went further with this one, little less with this one, just to see the consistency difference. So I'm extremely happy. I'm going to make some tacos and I'll get some final pictures up for you guys.